Now, they say we are currently living in the age of dead comedy, and that was furthered this weekend by Tiger Woods caving to the mob and apologizing for handing fellow PGA Tour golfer Justin Thomas a tampon after he outdrove him on a hole at the Genesis Invitational this past weekend. Now this, after USA Today's Christine Brennan, or Mega Karen as she's known in some circles, wrote a scathing article blasting Woods as a fake girl dad before she descended into a manifesto about how misogynistic golf is and really how terrible men are in general. Now, I'm shocked she's still single, but we've become so soft that now golf jokes between friends are even banished. Even the greatest golfer ever in Tiger Woods is not immune to the whims of a single old woman crying into the night about how golf is the conduit for all male toxicity. Now, the truth is, some golf clubs remain male only because golf is an outlet for men away from the house. Just like there are places only women can go to break the norm. It goes both ways. And it's good for us to have outlets away from normal home life pressures for each person. Now, just like anything in life, excess can be dangerous, and there are cases where it does go haywire. But for the most part, we need to still embrace the things that make us different. Because once you eliminate places like this, or you just make everything accessible for each gender all the time, then you may end up in a place where men can just walk into women's locker rooms. A place a lot like this one. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my co-host, David Cohn. Yeah, Cohn's shocked that she's not with somebody after watching that, but I was more disappointed in Tiger caving and apologizing, because if anybody has enough built up or enough cachet, and people say, oh, well, he's been through all these controversies, so he's just trying to cover his ass. Man, forget that. It was a joke on the golf course between two guys. The criticism to me on the surface level is a waste of time, but Christine Brennan going into that tirade about this, I'm sorry they don't let you into the men's club. Christine, that's got to be what it is, right? I mean, you obviously got to do something with your time. So maybe you go out there and play golf. You want to be one of the guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes it just goes down like that.
I'm not familiar with her, and I didn't read this article. I have a few thoughts here. One, I thought it was funny. The gesture, the prank by Tiger Woods, I thought it was funny. Maybe that says more about me. I don't know. I did.
You're a guy,
thinking,
yeah.
Would I still find this funny as my newborn daughter grows up? Like, I don't know. Those are questions I can't answer yet. Maybe I think this is childish. I do think there is some fair criticism of Tiger Woods in the situation. One, it's a tournament that he's hosting, right? And it's a professional golf tournament. I think that you could say, look, Tiger Woods, you're not only hosting this tournament, you're playing in it. You know, save this for a private round when you have Justin Thomas at your club and you pull a prank like this. On the professional stage of the PGA Tour, I think there is a fair criticism to say that Tiger Woods shouldn't have done this. And honestly, you guys know how quick I am to call out people who apologize when they don't feel they're in the wrong. I didn't really mind Tiger Woods apologizing in this situation. One, to me, he is just the consummate professional. I know he's gotten in some trouble in his time. He's always stepped up to the podium and owned it. I think he is the best when it comes to that aspect of the profession. I think Peyton Manning's right behind him, Tom Brady, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal. These guys are great at the podium. They're always extreme professionals. But Tiger Woods, to me, is always the best at it. He got up there. He said, look, this was just a joke. You know, I apologize. Moved on from it. It didn't seem like he was groveling in any sense. And I'll tell you what got buried in this whole thing was another gesture, which I wish Tiger Woods was in the headline for, which is when he walked over to the little girl, Madeline Quinn, who had the heart transplant and got to check off a box because her second thing on her bucket list was to meet Tiger Woods, and he went over and checked the marker off for her.
Yeah, and you know, to me, if this was the Masters or if this was a major, I could understand people saying it's not the most professional look. But with the Genesis, to me, it's kind of one of the, you're coming off the waste management, right, where people are screaming at you at the 17th. I felt like it's kind of good for golf. I feel like this kind of in a sport where it's very expensive to play. There's a certain bracket of the United States that really can't afford to play golf. Let's be honest, especially play it at really nice places for a high level. I thought this was kind of humanizing of golf, and I can understand the criticism from a professional standpoint. But the reason I think he apologized wasn't for that. I think he apologized because it was looked at as somehow a man misogynistic or a man making fun of a woman. But again, these same people, these Christine Brennans and these ultra mega transformer Karens that come together, how can this be an insult to women when apparently, according to these people, there is no difference between men and women?
No.
How is this not as offensive to men, Blaine, as it is to women? If you know, a man's a man, a woman's a woman.
I mean, what is a woman? Let's be honest. Do we really know the answer to that question? But the thing about me was, Tiger, is this was planned, right? You've had to have this plan.
100%.
No one just finds a tampon walking around the golf course, right? That's just not a thing.
Well, you find
so sooner or later, you had this planned, right? And at what point did you not know, unless you're completely out of touch of what's been going on around you in society, that you basically can wake up, say one thing, and offend half the nation? All right, that's the easiest thing to do. So from a PR standpoint, you weren't going to get away with this, right? There's more cameras out here than Eagle Eye. Like, they're going to find you if you did this. So I just don't know if you had this planned already to do this and then have to be so out of touch that you know you'd have to come apologize for it. Really doesn't make sense. But I think it's hilarious, to be honest. This is just me. This is just golf. First of all, Tiger's been through so many damn injuries. He's going against Justin Thomas, who's in his prime. He outdrive the guy by 20 yards. Unless you thought you were going to get away with this, which you knew you weren't deep down, I think it's hilarious. I mean, let's be honest here. Guys do outdrive women when it comes to golf. That's not a knock against women, I don't think. But you outdrove them by 20-plus yards. But Tiger, I don't know why, if you would have done this, that you would have came back and apologized for it.
Well, this falls in the vein of like what we used to say during baseball. Like, if you kicked a ball in the infield, we'd say, hey, man, make sure you keep your skirt down. You know, it's just like it falls into that vein
or does your husband play?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, it's not like, oh my God, I hate women. They can't catch a ground ball. It's just a way for men to rib at each other. Like, it's just.
And I think most women find this fun. I really do. Most women find this fun.
Barbie Lou thought it was fun.
Yeah, and just the ones who wake up every morning. Well, the word misogynistic and racism gets kicked around so much these days. It is just slowly losing its meaning.
So let's talk about the competitor aspect of this.
Yeah.
One, it did take Tiger to the 9th hole. You know, he had this thing, like Blaine's talking about. It took him to the 9th hole to be able to outdrive Justin, I guess, to pull this prank off. But also, I'm just thinking about old school Tiger. Like, if this is mid-2000s, he's not doing this with Phil Mickelson.
No.
Right? Like, he's trying to bury those guys.
No.
Is this a sign of the times that Tiger's sort of saying, look, I'm embracing my role as
the old
head mentor figure? I'm a friend. I'm legitimately friends with some of these younger guys, and I'm not trying to kill them on the golf course the way I used to.
Well, we all know Tiger wants to win, right? Like he wants to win. But I think I agree with you in the point of what Tiger's focus and determination on winning is unparalleled unless you look at guys like Michael Jordan, right? His whole career was built on, I am so focused, I'm so prepared, I am so talented, there's no way you can beat me. Now, as an older guy, and as a guy who changed the game by hitting the ball further, Tiger Woods changed the game by stepping up there, being able to drive and arrive in 2-1 par 5s easily and shrink the course. Well, now he's gone through his surgeries, he's the older guy now, he's the veteran. I think it's something where, you know, this is something that him and Justin Thomas said at a bar and at a golf club sometime. Like, you know, when I know I can't really outdrive you that much, but the next time I'm gonna hand you a tampon.
Yeah,
it's like it feels like
the origin story.
It is. It's almost like a passing of the guard a little bit.
Yeah.
In that I'm not the guy coming out here playing gorilla ball all the time and just knocking the ball further than everybody. Like, but when I do now, I'm gonna let you know about it because I'm still old and hobbling around on this golf course. But every now and then, I can catch that lightning that I used.
If you've watched any of that, I've watched a couple episodes of that Full Swing series.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it's all out there.
And one cool aspect, and it kind of retains what you were saying earlier, Dave. Rory McIlroy was talking after the camera was in the clubhouse. He's like, every big tournament he's won, before that last putt's gone in, the first person to text him about congratulations to Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And that doesn't tell you just the relationship Tiger has with most of these guys.
Yes.
I mean, that should tell you all you need to know.
He is truly a mentor to them. Now, I found Michael Johnson's criticism the most interesting, actually, the Olympic sprinter, just because he has achieved at such a high level. He basically came out and said, this is not surprising. Tiger Woods has never been a leader. He continues failing time and time again in his personal life and aspects like this, and the public still just embraces him and forgives him. And I thought about that. I read it a couple times because I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know, I think that is a good sign that, again, when Tiger Woods makes mistakes, he gets at the podium, he owns it, he apologizes. That's why people embrace him. People do love a comeback story, and they love the fact that Tiger Woods has been able to come back time and time again from some of these things that are controversial.
Well, Tiger Woods, love him or hate him, has been through the whole story arc. The glow up as a young, the chosen one, the great one, sets records, making cuts and winning majors. I know he hadn't passed Jack, but you know, he lives up to the hype. And then there's the fall from grace from the superstar that everybody went around. And then there's the comeback. He wins the Masters, and then he stumbles again. And then there's the comeback. And now this is like the end. This is the, hey, get on the raft. We're going to push you down the river as you wave to everybody and have fun on the way out. So I feel like Tiger Woods is one of the few characters, and LeBron a little bit has done this. There really hasn't been a ton of fall off with LeBron from, you know, winning standpoint. Like, he seems to have won consistently, and it hasn't cost him off the court to where he can't play. It seems like Tiger has gone the whole story arc of a hero to villain back to hero, and I feel like that's very rare nowadays.
Yes, sir.
Hey, YouTube, appreciate you checking us out. The best thing, if you enjoy our content, want our show to keep growing, is subscribe, get a friend to subscribe, turn that notification bell button on, and when you see one of our videos, like it. That helps it get in the algorithm even more. Appreciate you guys.